Welcome to Kitchen Chats. I had a friend comment on yesterday's kitchen chat that essentially this is body doubling, and I hadn't thought of it that way, but that is exactly what this feels like. If anyone's not familiar, body doubling is where you do something at the same time as someone else, even if you guys aren't talking during it. So sometimes people will just put on, Zoom or chat or whatever, call each other, and they won't necessarily talk to each other because they'll be doing their own thing as it's happening. The whole goal is to be able to stay on task, and you're on task because you know someone else is also doing a task. So it feels like you're not alone in your process. And as soon as they mentioned that, I was like, yes, that is what Kitchen Chats feels like, because in a way, it gives me a little bit of a pep to be able to do the things that I already know that I need to do, which is put together a lunch for my kids and for myself. But I get to do it while chatting, so it doesn't quite feel as lonely or boring or drudgery. So that's what we're doing here, essentially. And then you get to put this on and be inspired to just listen along when you're doing whatever you want to be doing, and know that it's just a nice, chill, easy to listen to opportunity. So welcome. If you are here body doubling with me, I'm so excited that you chose to do that with me. So yeah, that is what's going on, and it's really interesting. Since I started doing this vlog, it's now been, this is episode 11. I've technically recorded 12, but didn't release one of them because I just got in my head about it, which happens. But I have been feeling way more motivated to do all sorts of other things. And part of that is the fact that I now have an hour and a half to myself every day. Well, not every day, 4 days a week, where I can actually just focus in on whatever it is that I'm trying to do, instead of juggling me, what I need to be doing, the kids, what they need to be doing, what they want to be doing, and having all that fun. And we enjoy ourselves together, but it definitely does hinder how much I feel like I can actually accomplish some days, because, I'm one of those people that as soon as I get off task, it's really hard to get back on task. Yeah, so having the chance to do this here with you, but also just having the chance to be able to focus on all sorts of things has been amazing. I have actually reopened my Patreon, which has been dead for a year, I think. I don't think I've done anything in it in a very long time. And so I actually, in my time before I came on to record this and do my kids' lunches, I actually created a calendar for what I want to be doing in October for my Patreon. And you know how exciting that is for me? I don't know. It feels really exciting to sit down and plan out your month and know, like, hey, I'm gonna offer these things and I can't wait for people to join me. And it just feels good. It feels exciting. It feels refreshing. And I spoke on Monday about the fact that we're now in autumn, right? We have changed seasons, and that definitely feels like it's resonating for me, that I'm really moving into this new season, this season of being able to dedicate time and energy into actually growing my space, my business, being able to blossom even more as an entrepreneur. So I'm just really excited to be doing this here with you, to be showing up. I'm feeling so motivated and lit up, and also it hasn't always felt that way. And also we have cycles and changes, and everything has its own time, and we get to cycle through that. And so that's where I am right now. That's what I'm thinking about right now. And that does bring us into what our card of the day is. So our card today, and how this totally feels like it's fitting into everything else we were talking about. So today's card was Judgment. Now, Judgment gives us this opportunity to kind of like be reminded to look through whatever cycle you've been on most recently, whatever that looks like for you, and kind of see what's working and what's not. And so Judgment is that opportunity, that suggestion to kind of like actually pass judgment on what you want to move forward with next. Now, Judgment is the second to last card in the Major Arcana. And when you follow the Major Arcana as if it's a path, 0 through 21, there's a cycle of going through life, going through cycles of growth and review and shedding and coming back around. And ultimately, it starts with taking the leap, the Fool, and it ends with the World. And the World is this idea that you have completed the cycle, you know what you needed to know from this journey, and now we've reached this point of fulfillment. But just like anything, everything spirals back around. So just because you reach a point of fulfillment doesn't mean it's done. The garden gets emptied and cleared out, and a new season begins at some point, right? So to be able to prepare for 21, when you have 20, you have the Judgment card. The idea of Judgment is when you end a cycle, you should actually see what worked for you and what didn't. The end of every month gives you the opportunity to say like, hey, this is what I did this month that worked really, really well, and this is what didn't, and I don't want to move into the next month that way. Or every birthday, we get that opportunity of saying, this was my year, and these things were amazing, and maybe I don't want to do these things anymore. And we do that every calendar year. But you get to choose these cycles anytime you want. Some people do it seasonally, some people do it monthly, some people never do it at all. So that's why tarot can be such a wonderful tool for actual self-reflection, because now we have this card that says, hey, look, your cycle is going to end. It's a great idea for you to really come back to seeing if what's worked and what hasn't. Here's your reminder to do this. Because if we move into that next cycle and we haven't had the pleasure of actually checking on ourselves and checking what worked and checking what didn't work, then we have the potential to repeat things that weren't working for us when we could have actually been, hey, that's not working. How about we shift gears? And so today's card with Judgment gives you that opportunity. We're at the end of the month. We just started a new season. It's a great opportunity to really consider, what's going on. And then even on your day-to-day, you may find something during your day where you're like given the opportunity to reflect and take that moment of like, oh, I don't want to keep doing that. You get to do that every single breath you take. Any moment can be the moment for you to be like, this isn't working for me anymore. Let's try something new. Or, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I love what I'm doing right now. Let's keep doing this thing. Because that happens too, We realize we love doing something, but it's still just outside of our comfort zone, and we choose not to keep doing it because, oh, well, it was easier not to do it. But with Judgment, You're supposed to take forward the things that really work, the things that light you up, the things that bring you joy and pleasure and make you feel those feelings of satisfaction or peace or whatever it is that motivates you. So today, think about those things that aren't working for you. Let's put those aside. But also let's think about those things that are working for you. The things that light you up, the things that feel so good, the things that are helping propel you to the end of this cycle that you want to carry into the new one. I keep showing up here because I've realized how much I love this. And there have been some days where I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. And yet I keep doing it, even though views are low, even though it's new, even though it's something that I'm not sure where it's going to go and how far it's going to go and how long it's going to last. It's something I love doing. And so I'm showing up here. So my judgment moment is me going, this is working. I'm going to keep doing this. And I'm so glad to be doing this. And I'm so glad you're here to listen. And I can't wait to come back and do more chats with you. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye for now.